Hey, welcome to Dads with
Good
Coffee.
morning, Vietnam.
Number 2 for 22
Yeah, it seems like we should be on number 3 by now.
or more.
But here we are.
But here we are, man. Cold, cold, cold.
I was out 2 days ago in
Shorts and a t-shirt.
Shorts and flip-flops on the beach.
Right.
And today, I walk out of the house this morning at 23 degrees.
Yeah. Wind chill of 11.
This is not Missouri.
Wind chill of 11. So I told Dulcie this morning, I said, we need to help our neighbors from the north learn how to close the south door.
Right? Don't get your craziness down here.
I don't know. Y'all let your crazy out. Can you come get it and bring it back? I see that on Facebook a lot.
You can't be having another snowmageddon.
Somebody left the crazy out. I need you to come get it and take it home.
It's bad.
Have we got this mic set right? I do. Awesome.
We never know from one week to the next what it is and how to do it. As long as it does this whenever we talk.
Yeah, as long as I get the little light thingies going, it's good. It's good for me.
Who's going to be our first person on with us today?
I don't know. Probably nobody.
I think it's going to be Kay.
I don't know.
If I had a better quarter, I'd put it on Kay.
Kay, yeah. Kay, your sister. Greg lurks in the background until he wants to say something.
We saw you pop in.
I know somebody's here.
Identify yourself.
You're in the room.
Shelly.
All right, man. How's the 9th grade center treating you?
So Shelly kind of got I don't know if it's a compliment or a.
She should get a compliment.
Anyway, she was at school yesterday and she had to separate a couple of individuals as you would in.
Oh, well, yes.
And one of the boys came up to her and said, "Miss, the only reason I didn't get in that fight is because I didn't want to hit you."
I would hope you wouldn't hit her.
Yeah, but that means something, right?
Sure.
Oh, Shelly's moving today. That's good and bad.
Oh, wow. 11 degrees and you got to move today.
Yeah,
fun times for you.
I thought you were moving Saturday.
I did too.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, another offline topic.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So you are doing a 20 for 20.
Actually, I didn't last night, so I'm going to. Here's the deal.
Okay. Excuse. And look, anytime he says, here's the deal, it is followed by some excuse for why he didn't do it.
Before we started the 20-year Bible study plan.
20 years?
20
does it feel like 20 years?
20
I mean, what kind of day have you had so far?
Some days it does feel like 20 years.
I told somebody
20 years of allergy symptoms.
I told somebody the other day, they said, so how long have you been at your church? I said, it's 3.5 years. I said, it's the longest 7-year stretch I ever had.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not because of the church. It's just because of COVID.
Yeah.
You know, 1 year stretched into feeling like 3 just because of COVID. Anyway, your 20-week plan.
We'll see. Before the kids chose this 20-week plan, we all sat down and they gave me some topics that they wanted to discuss.
Okay.
And one of the topics that they wanted to discuss was temptation. So last week I built 2 lessons.
Okay.
I built a temptation on Jacob and Esau.
Right.
And I also built a lesson on temptation. So since it was already done, and
might as well.
I had to, not knowing if I was going to have an oven or not to cook in last night.
Right.
I had to make some alternate plans.
On the fly decisions.
Yeah. It worked out. We had good sliders and we still had a good lesson and
good deal.
But yeah, moving forward, the next 18 weeks.
Pre-plan.
They're all, the kids are reading. They have a reading plan that takes them through the Old Testament and hits some of the highlights of the Old Testament. And then the second half is all New Testament.
That's awesome.
Hits the highlights of
the New
Testament.
Yes, the main story.
Yes, the main story.
I like that.
Just to increase Bible literacy.
For a pastor, speaker, leader to have the next 18 weeks planned out is very similar to figuring out how to do auto bill pay.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
It's already done. What's next? Oh, it's already here. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, mean, you have to do some study, but it's
Sure,
all
you
right
read,
here.
you study, but it's all right there. I mean, you know where you're going.
But half the time, if we don't know what's coming up next week, we spend half our time trying to figure out what to talk about.
So how much better can we be if we already know what's coming up?
That's what I'm saying. You're following the Word of God. You're giving Bible literacy to your kids, which I understand is a goal that you have this year.
Yeah.
I tell you guys, for those of you that are localized to our church, I was so impressed with our staff the other day because I'd asked them for annual goals. What kind of goals do they have for this upcoming year? And over the years in ministry, I generally have gotten, the ABC kind of goals: attendance, buildings, cash kind of goals. We want to have more kids, or I want to do more events, or I want to do this event better, or blah, blah, blah. And not unworthy goals. Let me tell you something. What I heard the other day was, I want my people to know God better. I want them to know the Bible better, and I want them to have better spiritual habits. And I'm like, that's primo. That's just primo. So kudos to the staff. I didn't even lead you all down that road. You just came up with that.
Can't build without a foundation. So there we are. I feel like there's something in my eye.
So all of them had that, which really leads us to some wonderful opportunities, for vision and direction for the summer and the fall. So
speaking of which, and I don't want to jump into Sunday too quick.
No, go ahead.
Are you going to give us a state of the church address Sunday?
Sort of. I did get all of the surveys in. I had 59, so thank you for that. That's very good. So I've got those, and I've coded it all out, and so I've got all the answers or not answers. I have all the information, the data that they've given to me. I'm not sure that I want to express all of that until I have the comparative data after. So I'm not sure. I will say there was no surprises. There was nothing shocking. There was nothing unearthed that we didn't know about. I will probably talk a little bit about, I may give a state of the church address from the standpoint of our life cycle.
Yeah, that's where. And
where we are on that, just to visualize a little bit of some things, but and I want to share, and hey, you haven't responded yet, but I know that you and I tend to wait to the very end to respond.
I wait till everyone else responds.
Right. But we have a great opportunity. Met with a Filipino Baptist pastor. He's a nurse. He and his wife both are nurses, but he works with the Texas Convention with the Filipino work, and they utilize our gym now. And he and I met, and he was asking, would there be an opportunity for this new church to meet someplace on our campus? And they haven't officially launched yet. We have the opportunity to help birth this thing.
Brand new church plant.
Yes. With a core group of 25 to 30.
Great.
With more that they could pull in.
Sure.
And they are willing. He and I talked about, and I said, okay, first generation, second generation. He said, mostly second generation. They mostly do things in English. And so the kids obviously are. And I said, so do you all want Bible study and a worship time? He said, we would like that. I said, well, would it be all right if your kids just filtered into our existing children's ministry in Sunday school? And he began to weep, and he said, that would be so wonderful if we could just come together and then do that. And he's willing to have his people sign up for rotation for extended care. I'll get that in a minute. I know what he wants. Hey, I got to call you back.
This is Dad.
And so he'd have his people rotate through extended care and be trained in extended care, and then help out and just really partnership together. And so
that they get to the point where they're ready to stand on their own.
Yes. Well, and maybe they get to the point of standing on their own. But buildings cost a lot of
They
money,
do.
and why can't we just continue to work together? I mean, you know, um, I think that there's a misnomer out there. I heard a comment the other day that about the Hispanic work, and just because they're still using our building doesn't mean that they aren't a church.
Oh, absolutely.
I know, but some people don't always believe that. And I said, it's uh, you can be a partnered effort. I mean, churches all over America are doing this. So they have multiple language oriented churches, just all using the same facility.
Right.
Which
why not?
Why not? And we have the facility. Let's use it. Opening up that room at the end of the Betty Horn building for heat, cool, and lights is not doing anything more or different than we expect to do down that hallway already.
Right.
It's nothing. We can work out if we need to have financial situations. We'll work that out. Let's get them birthed. Let's get them going.
Yeah, let's get them going.
Let's encourage continued work. I asked him, I said, so where's all this core group? Where do they live? He goes, within 3 miles of this church. Because I said, why here? And he said, well, a lot of them are right around here.
That's perfect.
And so I'm like, so I sent it up to the leadership team, the new one for 22, because we've had some adjustments, some additions and changes. And man, overwhelming response to do. So we're going to talk about it. I'm bringing it up at church conference. I want the church to confirm it. I want the church to affirm it. I want not just, oh, well, this is the next news. No, let's talk about it and affirm it. But I was well pleased that we have an opportunity for more kingdom work.
Exactly.
And I mean, and that's what it's about, is more kingdom work.
Big C church stuff.
Exactly.
Big C church stuff. That's, when we focus too much on little C church stuff, we lose the sight.
We do. We have to figure out, how does little C fit into the big C?
Yeah.
I think we have at times the vision for our church has been too small. Even the one we developed in 18 and 19, I think it's too small, and I think it's too inwardly focused.
So I was watching a TikTok the other day, and there was a pastor speaking, and he had a visual of his car.
Okay.
He was sitting in his car, and there was a car in front of him, and he had his rear view dangling thing, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna give you the perspective. Okay. Which one is bigger right now? My cup or Aaron's head? Of course, my cup is bigger than Aaron's head, but why is that? Because of the perspective we see it through.
Yeah, I'm focused on that.
We're closer to the cup than we are to Aaron.
Right.
Our problems seem bigger than God because we're closer to our problems than we are to God. So what do we have to do to switch that? How do we get closer to God so that we let him take our problems, so that our problems don't seem as big because our God is so much bigger?
# Sunday morning answers.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it Sunday morning.
Oh, we're working on that Sunday?
What?
Is that part of the thing?
Not your illustration, but the idea of our unity and our answer comes from God alone.
Yes.
Not from anything else. It's God.
We have to allow our focus to shift.
Yep.
From the little things that bother us to the big thing, God.
Yes.
That's going to get us through it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Preach. I'm ready for Sunday.
More hard questions will be asked this Sunday.
I thought I was going to have to miss last week. I'm torn on YEC being
spring break now.
Well, being rescheduled from this past weekend.
Right.
Number one, I got to be in service Sunday morning, which I wasn't going to.
Right.
I was going to be burning around like a.
But now you're going to have to be out.
Yeah, but that's in March. I mean, that's spring break.
Yeah, but I'm still in the series.
In March, all right? Yeah.
Yeah. April 3rd will be the last day of the series.
Okay. I'll have it on the radio. Wherever I'm at, I'll have it on my phone.
Right. Well, y'all won't be driving up there yet, will you?
No, but I got to go get food, and I gotta have lunch for that day.
Oh. We need to talk about options on that. maybe you can have pizza delivered and not have to miss church.
I'm not paying delivery. I'm not paying delivery fees.
Hey, can we get a sponsor? Can we get delivery fee sponsorship? You can Venmo me. We'll give it over to delivery fee sponsorship. Hashtag help Keith not miss church.
I don't generally miss church.
I
Even
know.
when I'm out, I'm still at church.
I know. The joy of technology is that you
Thankfully,
can watch it live while you're having to do other things.
But I'm glad that was rescheduled,
Right.
because I didn't have to miss the Chiefs game.
Right.
Because it was gonna feel really awkward whenever I got an upset stomach at 7:15 and had to leave wherever I was at to go watch the Chiefs game on my phone.
Right. Right. Oh,
yeah, I feel my back, neck. I don't know. My ear hurts.
I just can't do this chair anymore. I have to go over here.
No, but it's they made the right decision with COVID spiking the
Yes.
way it has been. And
yes. Well, I had a booster club meeting tonight. We bumped it because of COVID, and then for a week, but then we're going to do it on Zoom just for security measures, even a week from now. Just why take a chance?
Yeah, football banquets tonight. And,
why take a chance?
A lot of people I haven't been around, and I don't know where you've been. I know where I've been.
Yes, mask up, America.
So we'll see.
Yes. So we as dads, have, and as men, I think we make promises and we make commitments.
Yeah. I don't know where he's going with this. I'm kind of nervous. To be honest.
Well, I was reading in the Jacob and Esau moments.
Oh, don't do this to me.
What?
Just finish.
Well, okay. Where do you think I'm going with this?
I'm thinking that you're going to go with who's your favorite.
Nope.
Okay, good.
I'm not.
All right.
Where he makes, I was reading through it again, where he makes Jacob's vow after the dream of Jacob's ladder. Mm-hmm. And he makes his vow, if this, and I think sometimes we misread that to be, well, if you do this, and if you do this, and if you do this, then you will be my God. If you keep me safe, you feed me, you clothe me, and I get to go back home in peace, then you'll be my God. And it's kind of like the if statements in Matthew's temptation passage. Mm-hmm. It's not if in the way we look at if. It's not conditional. Jacob is not saying, well, okay, God, if you meet these 4 things, okay, then it's not that. It's not an if-then statement. It's a since then. Since you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, I'm choosing for you to be my God. Amongst all the other things that are available to me, I'm going to choose you to be my God. And, I was just thinking about, the aftermath after that. He made a commitment. He made a promise. And then that is just like the devil sits up and goes, challenge accepted,
Yeah. Well, and
what's been a difficult promise for you to fulfill? Not because you didn't want to, but because the devil always tries to get involved.
Well, this is a comical.
Oh, okay.
Marcus begged and begged and begged for me to get a 4-wheeler. Right? Since he was knee-high to a bullfrog. And I said, when I get a truck, we'll get a 4-wheeler.
Uh-oh.
I forgot all about it.
He didn't.
No, he did not.
No.
So when I got that old white truck.
Where is the 4-wheeler in the back?
Yeah, we'll get the 4-wheeler. Yeah. What do you mean we?
What do you mean?
Mouse in your pocket? We ain't getting nothing unless you're going to buy me a 4-wheeler. So I had forgotten I even said that.
Whoops.
It's promises I've made. Promises I've made to God. Promises I've made to.
Yeah.
Promises I've made to, like, if you'll do this, then I'll do this. God, if you get me through this night, I'll never drink again.
I haven't made any of those. I know people that have. I haven't made those kinds, those conditional kinds. I learned a long time ago to stop trying to negotiate with God.
It doesn't work out.
Oh my gosh, it does not work out. I ended up in the hospital because I was negotiating with God one time. Stop. Don't try to negotiate.
Not on the recommended doing list.
Just say yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will. But yeah, I ended up with I ended up in the hospital because I was wrestling with God about becoming a minister because I had way too much baggage to want to do that because of our history. And
Mhm.
wrestling and wrestling, and God, and God, that was how He was getting my attention. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Well, if I think about the what the afters.
Hmm.
If you hadn't surrendered to the call of ministry, you would never give to Fort Worth to the seminary,
Sure. Oh yeah.
or you'd have never met your wife.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. All the things He already knew that I
Right.
had no
It's
clue
the
about.
things. It's the things that stack up like that. And I look at my journey in ministry.
Hmm.
When I left New Orleans to go to Philadelphia, I knew the place that I was going was shutting down, but I had to have that stop so that I could get orders to Fort Worth. Why did I need to get orders to Fort Worth? Because this is ultimately where God was going to call me to minister.
Right. He knew all that.
I wish
We're clueless as we go through it.
Send me an email. Yeah,
right.
hey, this is all. Look, Keith, this is all going to work out. But God, Keith, this is all, God, Keith, listen to me. It's all going to work out. Go to Philadelphia. Yes, your wife is going to fall in love with the city, and she's going to hate to leave it. She's always going to want to go back to it. In the 6 short months that we lived there, Joanna absolutely fell in love with the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We would have finished our career there had she had her choice.
Right.
You get 4 seasons. We literally had a family of deer that would walk through our backyard every morning.
Yeah. How do you beat that?
It's
yeah.
But God, I don't want to go to Philadelphia.
Exactly.
This place is going to shut down. I'm going to pack up my family and leave again.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
You'll just listen.
Just hang on. Just hang on.
So it wasn't a promise that I made, but it's a promise that God made.
Yeah.
That I didn't know the promise was.
Right.
Which is very difficult.
And sometimes the promises that God makes are not on the immediate side of things. He didn't come back to peace with his family. The 4th promise there. He didn't come back to peace with his family for 20 years.
Yeah.
It was a long time. And in the middle of that, he had to learn a hard lesson of what it felt like to be deceived because he had been the deceiver.
Yeah.
That's his name, Jacob. It's the deceiver, the supplanter. I was reading through that, and it reminded, and I've thought about this before, when Rebecca says, hey, just do what I tell you to do. We're going to get your dad on this deal. Well, she's the sister to Laban.
Yes.
Who then deceives him. And I'm like, hey, it runs in the family.
So it's funny because as I was preparing that lesson, it was Wednesday afternoon, and I got a phone call from, I don't know if it was AT&T or Spectrum or my new car warranty, but one of those 3 called me. I don't know if you get these calls. The guy on the other line, he says, "Hey, this is Jacob from AT. Let's say AT&T.
Right.
Call the lower bill." I was like, "Jacob, do you know what your name means?" "Yeah."
"Do you?"
"Jacob, tell me what your name means."
Silence.
He didn't understand me. So I said, "Jacob, your name means the deceiver. You're not calling me to deceive me, are you?" Because I don't.
Oh my God.
Because Jacob, if you're calling to deceive me, we're just gonna have to
let this go. Yeah.
We're gonna end this conversation.
It's not his fault. His name is Jacob.
Okay, thank you. It was one of those spam calls.
Sure. You're feeling it.
I'm one of the guys that answers those calls and just kind of drags them along.
Waste their time and yours.
I do, because the more time they spend with me,
it's less time they're
going to get money out of your dad.
Right. That's right.
So that was promises, vows, and faith implications.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about the promise last night that as we're talking about temptation, I broke down temptation in sin form. I said temptation is desire plus opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Sin is desire plus opportunity plus action.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we're all going to have the desire. We're all going to have the opportunity. And a lot of times we're going to take the action.
Mm-hmm.
And without God, we have punishment.
Yes.
With God, we have forgiveness.
But yes, I would add,
it was deeper than that.
No. Yeah, and you know here's the thing that there's consequence involved in there too.
Yeah.
You know, with God I could have forgiveness, but it doesn't eradicate all my consequences.
Right. You still have to deal with whatever.
But my point is, sometimes we view that as punishment. And I don't necessarily view the consequence as punishment so much as it's just the result of your choice.
Of your action.
Your action created a consequence. Now, without God, you have nothing but punishment. With God, you can at least be released of the sin guilt.
Right.
But that consequence is still there, and possibly for a lifetime.
Yeah, depending on what that was.
Depending on what the action was.
If we decide that we're going to be tempted and
take
the opportunity. And
you know, you can have desire and opportunity, but it doesn't mean you move in together and then figure out, why did I have a child? It's like, okay, there's reasons for that.
Biology.
Right. Sophomore biology.
Hey, Eric, good to see you, buddy.
Sooner Magic.
I made it in late. Good to see you, gentlemen. Welcome from the CF Dub.
There you go.
Glad God. Me too, Eric. I'm telling you. See so clearly looking at that. Oh yeah.
This is why we need a producer, so we can have somebody read these things for us.
Eric, if we could see our life and the choices that we made as we get to each crossroads before we have to make the decision on this crossroads.
Oh wow.
Life would be so much easier. And so looking back, we think, man, if I had done this at this time or this at this time or this at that time. But we can't go back and fix that. I understand.
You know, we want that vision. I want to know, but at the same, but do I really? I mean, yeah.
You think you do?
Where would faith fall?
Exactly.
If I knew with clarity the end results of every decision, option.
Of course, you're going to pick the best decision.
The best decision as I see it.
But are you making the best decision?
That's my point.
One decision could be, here's $1 million.
But it could come with misery and heartache.
Yeah.
It's like, do you see that clearly?
Are you looking at that? Are you looking through that?
Right.
Past that?
Right.
So.
Yes.
Yeah. If only. I just don't want to get to heaven one day and God show me a video of my life that says, hey, Keith, remember that time? And I wanted you to do this and you did this. Well, this is the life I had for you, and this is the life you had for yourself.
Oh, I know. That's
I don't know if God's going to do that to us.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's for me. Here's what it comes down to: is I don't know that He's going to do that unless the conviction of a sinful choice has been disregarded and thereby uncleansed.
Yeah.
And I think that has to be rectified before you cross the threshold. I think that He doesn't want you to have pain and suffering, but at the same time, an account, Revelation talks about, there's an account that will happen. And it's a matter of, is my account clear or not clear? Well, no, wait a minute. Jesus covered, yes, He did, but He's covered me. But that doesn't mean I don't have to give an account.
James 6. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I still have to give an account for the things that I have done, especially if they are things that were sinful choices that I haven't confessed appropriately.
James 5. There's no James 6.
I was going to let you go on that,
James
but
5.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was a verse 6 in the chapter.
Chapters of James, so just look, man, I'm still halfway through my first cup of coffee.
Right. I was gonna let it roll. Hey, stay warm.
Yes, cold outside.
It's cold outside. Be sure to keep your waters dripping, your pets inside. Now I feel like Price is Right.
We're not spaying neuter. Baseball has tryouts
Oh my
Friday
goodness.
and Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
So
Somebody's
far,
gonna get hurt.
2 of the coldest days of the year.
Somebody's gonna get hurt if they don't do it inside. We got the brand new inside place. Can't they try it out inside?
We got a $5 million building they're using for a COVID testing site.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Meanwhile, hey, what is this 500-pound thing?
Evan deadlifted 500 pounds yesterday.
I was counting.
That was his.
I was counting the.
Those are 100-pound plates.
I was wondering. I was counting the plates. Going, those have to be 100-pound plates.
Yeah, those are 100-pound plates.
That bar was bending.
Yeah, he's got his first meet next Thursday.
So that 100-pound bar.
A 45-pound bar.
So it was 445.
No, there's two. There's weights on the end.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the.
You can't see.
I didn't see the end ones. Okay. Yeah.
500 pounds.
So he's going to get for a meet, he's going to be breaking 1,000 at a meet.
Oh, he'll break 1,000 between squat and deadlift. His squat is, I mean, he hit 500 without trying. Like, he didn't have knee wraps or anything the other day. He hit 500. So I don't want to put anything on him, but
Right.
I think he'll hit.
Do you have state opportunities this year? You think
he does?
Okay.
If he can break 1,500,
he'll make state?
I think he'll get out of district. Yeah, out of region.
So there's 3 or 4 events that you add up together.
3 events. It's a squat, deadlift, and bench press.
Yeah.
Bench press is his weakest. He's about 315. He might hit 345, 350.
So the squat has to go up.
Yeah, his squat and his deadlift are going to carry him through meets. But if he can get to 1,600 pounds, I think the leader right now is at 1,575. His lift that he did this week would have him in second place in the region.
Wow.
So we'll see.
Is it region district area or district region area?
Well, powerlifting is not a UIL sponsored event.
Okay.
It's Texas High School Powerlifting Association.
Okay.
So they have region state.
Okay.
6 regions.
Okay.
And then, so the regions are huge.
Sure. And DFW has got
Yes.
everybody.
It's gigantic.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's competing against kids in Keller and Allen and South Lake, and
Yeah.
he can do it.
That's right.
And he's just a junior, so we'll see.
He's got yet another year
But they had to give up baseball
to do this.
to do it effectively, to do it well.
Okay.
Can't do both.
Right.
He was so torn. He texted me, I don't know, Tuesday, Monday. That him really beat up about baseball. I said, look, man, don't do it for me. Because I'm going to be at baseball games anyway.
Right.
The relationship I have with those coaches and the accessibility that they give me. Don't do it for me.
Right.
If you want to play baseball, play baseball. If you want to focus on lifting, focus on lifting.
Sure.
You can get college scholarships to go lift for them somewhere,
Yeah. If not play, you can lift
Yeah.
or both.
We filled out 2 questionnaires for colleges.
Wow. Here we go.
Now, Washita Baptist, Steve Brown, Washita
All right.
Baptist called him the other day.
All right.
I don't know if I'm excited about this, though.
There's another OBU.
I know. Yeah. That's what it
They-
was Monday.
They went to a bowl game.
Washita Baptist did?
The other
Oklahoma
OBU.
Baptist did?
Mhm.
Well, he filled out, I think he's going to fill out a questionnaire for them, too.
They went to a bowl game. So, there's that.
Did they go D2?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Good for them.
Because they won their bowl game, I think. If I remember right, they won their bowl game.
Anyway, at this point, we're rambling.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys. I need to call my dad back, see what he needed to tell me about mom.
Okay, just give me a call and he'll come over and throw that stuff in your attic. He does it for Ben every year. So all right. I got work to do. Love you guys.
All right. See you guys. All right. Here we go.